Hello, everyone. I hope everybody's on the line or the teleconference now. I apologize for us having to delay. You know, there's so many things that are going on, as you can just imagine. You know, whether it be the president, the vice president, just all the different things that are just popping up all the time. You know, like I said, We've tried to get through this pandemic in as good a way as we possibly can. West Virginia has done phenomenal. I mean, that's just all there is to it when you just think of all the surrounding states and you just think of where we're located from the standpoint of within striking distance of 2/3 of the population of the country, and the numbers that we produced in West Virginia are unbelievable. It has truly been a miracle from God, you know, for us to be in the position we're in, but today is a really special day for a town that I have just grown to love beyond belief. I've been there a lot of times, but the city of Wheeling is really kind of a home away from home for me. You know, I had an incredible experience happen there with, you know, in regard to my dad. I'm not going to get into that today, but the long and the short of it is, over the years, it's been a place where the Wheeling people have been so gracious to me, and I really appreciate them in every way. But today we're getting ready to announce something just right now that has been in years and years and years of delays and planning and neglect and just so many things. But you know, I go to that beautiful city and I drive in there and the roads are in such disrepair that the roads in the city will jar your teeth out, you know, just driving around the city. And so we've put a real push on trying to do something about that. Now, it's a tougher project, you know, than just going in there and throwing out a little pavement, and we all know that. And so first of all, we had to secure real dollars. I mean, because this is going to take design work, and it's going to take design work, you know, on the infrastructure and everything that is under the city. And there's so much to this that it takes real dollars. So the long and the short of it is today, you know, I am announcing that the state's commitment to Wheeling Streetscape Project is real, and the money has been secured. And there's approximately $25 million that is set aside and locked in place now to do this project. The design work is already started. You know, we're going to go at this as fast as we possibly can. You know, there's, you know, the DOT, I've told the DOT to get to work on this project as soon as possible. We'll be starting some smaller portions of the project, but everybody's got to understand that there's got to be some massive design work done to get to heavy lifting in full, you know, going full throttle. And that's going to take a few months to accomplish that and get us off, you know, to where we're able to get all the heavy lifting done. The project will revitalize downtown Wheeling, and it will change the look and the feel of that beautiful city, and it will bring the look of that beautiful city as to what it ought to be. I mean, for crying out loud, you know, like I said, the people have been unbelievable, and the city is absolutely beautiful. And when you ride in there and you go zooming in there on you know, with those streets in that kind of condition, it's just a crying shame. And everybody's got to understand, you know, that those streets didn't get that way in the last 2 or 3 years. They got that way because of decades of neglect. And so we're on it. I'm really, really proud of 2 people that I've got here with me. I know Senator Weld is on the phone. I thank, you know, Senator Capito. I thank Representative, you know, our Congressman McKinley. I absolutely also thank Senator Manchin. But anybody that has been, you know, a driver in this and everything, I appreciate their work and their dedication and everything. And it couldn't make me any happier to be able to announce this today. I hate like crazy that we're not together. we couldn't do this in person because this is the type of feel-good thing that I wish to goodness that I was there, where I could congratulate you and shake your hands and hug you and those kind of things. We just got to delay for a little while, but I really miss being there and being with you, and this is the only way we can pull it off today. But again, I guess at the end of the day, my most sincere thanks are to all those that have worked on this project, especially our great mayor of Wheeling, Glenn Elliott, and, along with, like I said before, Senator Capito has been wonderful, Congressman McKinley, wonderful, Senator Manchin, good, and I just can't say enough that, you've got Senator Weld that's right there with you, and I really appreciate him. He's been great, and so let's just celebrate today. And I've got a couple of gentlemen with me that are probably going to say a few words, and that's Bird White, our great Secretary of Transportation, and Jimmy Riston, our Deputy Secretary. So they're with me, and if they would jump in here and say a few words. But today is a great day for the town of Wheeling, and I love it.
Folks, back in January, we met with some of the people from Wheeling about this project, and after the meeting, we told him that we'd go forward with it. After the meeting, we met with Governor Justice, who told me, absolutely, get this done. Find a way, get it done. The project's now under design. There are myriad complications with getting this done. It's not a simple project. There's utility lines. There's a 20-inch water line underneath this road that's over 100 years old. So we've got lots of design complications, but we will get this done, and we plan on starting construction in spring or early summer of next year. We will get it done, just as I was instructed to do by the governor.
Well, I could also reiterate what Bird said, that this is a very complex project and it's under engineering. Knowing that I was going to speak to you today, I checked the schedule, and they told me 8 months. And I told them that we're going to have this project, the design work, ready by the end of the year. And that's what we're going to do. If we get this through the permit process, through the environmental process, we'll easily get this thing into construction next year early, and we'll get that done, but we're not going to wait. The governor mentioned that we're going to get a little work done here between now and the time we actually advertise and let the project. So in the next couple of months, you know how rough that road is. The governor just told you, and you guys know. So we're going to be out there looking at some of the very worst spots. I'm not going to pave that whole road. That would be a waste of money. But we're going to look at some of those worst spots, and we're going to do what I call skip paving in a lot of those areas. That'll help with movement through there. Particularly during the construction project when you'll see more and more equipment out there.
Well, like I said, these two guys, on my left and my right are superstars. They got to listen to me jump up and down on the table from time to time. And in this situation, I know the design work is complicated. And I know the heavy, heavy lifting of this is going to have to take place when the design work is finished. That's probably just by what Mr. Riston has just said, we hope we're going to be able to accomplish that by year end. And that's going to take a great big push to be able to pull that off. And then right shortly after that, we'll hit the ground running and everything with the heavy lifting. But in the meantime, and this is where I've been jumping up and down on the table, in the meantime, we're not going to just sit back and do nothing and wait on the design work to get done. We're going to get up there and try to do anything we can do without throwing a whole lot of money away and everything to make things better or to get things done in preparation to the design work getting done and the big heavy lifting start. So we're going to be on it. We're going to be on it real soon, and so again, what an incredible day for Wheeling, and I am so tickled to do this because I mean it. I don't blow smoke at anybody. I haven't got time to tell anybody anything but the truth, and I love that city and love the people up there, and I can't thank you enough.
All right, thanks, Governor. Let's now go to Senator Ryan Weld. Good afternoon, everybody. Governor, thank you so much for today's announcement. It's been it's been over 2 years at this point, going back to the first time that we had a meeting with your office on this project and working through the funding. And I think that from the outset, you guys made it clear that if federal funding was not available, then there would be a lot of work done on the state level to make it happen. And you guys did. And, we've been through a lot of meetings on this. Mayor Elliott has been a fantastic advocate for his city. Councilman Scatterday and I drove down to Charleston, down and back in a day for some meetings with everybody. So it's been a collaborative effort. And again, the mayor has done a tremendous job of advocating for his city. I work downtown, so I know exactly what it's like in downtown Wheeling, what the streets are. So with Secretary White, Deputy Secretary Wriston, and you, the governor, stepping forward and providing the funding for this, really is going to be a very big jump start for development in downtown Wheeling, and we're very excited.
Thank you, Senator Weld. You've been a big component of this all along too, and an absolute giant proponent. So I just thank you and thank all the great work that you've done as well, because this all this stuff happens when we have a great team. Whether it be our great mayor, or whether it be our great senator, or the governor, or the great people in the Department of Transportation here and highways, and all the great stuff all the stuff that's going on, from the standpoint of our congressional delegation or our senators, it just makes it all go. But I promise you. We've all got to be leaders of the band, and our voices get heard, and we push, and we got it done. So now let's go, and let's really revitalize that beautiful city and make all kinds of good stuff happen up there. I couldn't be happier.
All right, thank you, Senator. Now we'll go to the mayor of Wheeling, Glenn Elliott.
Thank you, Governor. Thank you, Secretary White, and thank you, Senator Weld. This is a truly very exciting day here in the city of Wheeling. I don't think any issue during my time in office has generated more citizen complaints or concerns or questions than we need to fix those roads downtown. I know it's been about 35, 40 years since the downtown streetscape has been redesigned. This is going to be, really a once-in-a-generation opportunity to transform the look and feel of downtown Wheeling, and we could not be more excited about it. I do want to say I think this sends a great message, because this project really grew out of promises made by the governor's predecessor and by my predecessor to the health plan when they were moving into downtown Wheeling. At the time, a commitment was made that really downtown Wheeling needed a new sort of a facelift, and that commitment's grown from it was going to be just a couple blocks to now really extends all the way from 10th Street to 16th Street and a couple interchanges. And it really is going to be better for pedestrians, better for vehicles, and just better for downtown businesses. We cannot thank you enough for following up with this a very considerable funding commitment. But I think we're all going to be very happy here in a couple years when this project is done. Downtown Wheeling will never look better. So thank you very much for your support for this project.
No, Mayor, thank you. You were a big horse in this deal and everything, and you did great work. So I like I said, I can't be happier. It's good stuff. Okay, guys, I guess I'm ending it up and everything. And again, I want to thank, Secretary White. I want to thank Deputy Secretary Jimmy Wriston. I want to thank Senator Weld and Senator Capito and Senator Manchin and Congressman McKinley and our great mayor, Mayor Elliott, and all those that have gone and made the licks to make this happen. This absolutely has been sitting there for too long. And somebody's got to step up and make it happen. And I am just tickled to death that I'm able to do this on my watch and everything. And so we're going to bring goodness to Wheeling, and what a wonderful place and everything. And there's so many opportunities. Our petrochemical business is going to really go. We need the city of Wheeling in so many different ways, and so this will be really good. And in the meantime, maybe we'll get a little work done from the standpoint of patching the worst parts and so on like that, and until we get the big stuff ready, and then we'll be off and running. But again, congratulations, guys. Y'all done great work.